Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie, looking into the life of Asperger's syndrome. As you're fully aware, I'm continuing on my series of the Living Life Drug-Free series at the moment because I want to address some important topics that has been swept under the carpet or that has been ignored to this point, that we need to create an awareness and understanding. And basically I just want to engage with you all to encourage and enlighten you along the way with certain tips and advice, as long as just maybe some facts about what I'm sharing with you in this series, as well as maybe just some things to make you question yourself and maybe take time to reflect, as well as maybe to share these videos with family and friends, also as learning aid tool resource for you all, so that we can make a difference of change, even though the choices is up to us and it ends with us in one way or another. So without further ado, as you guys are aware, basically I was talking about the voiceovers, the 3 tools in staying clean and sober. Basically in this one now is going to be a little bit of an advice settlement of applying one day at a time. When it comes down to when we are faced or forced with our problems upon ourselves, we know that every day we start doubting in ourselves about our abilities of what we should be doing or we shouldn't be doing, regardless of us using or not. I feel that sometimes, regardless of when we are faced with problems and situations, our feelings and emotions get so tied up and overwhelms us to the point that, you know, it feels that we're all over the place and all over the map pretty much. And it's important to realise and learn, though, however, that these feelings are and will sure to pass, however, but it's just depending on how we go about our way of coping strategies or finding the support network, whatever the case may be, if we really are willing to break that chain or habit of addiction. However, no one wants to feel certain pains, be it emotional, physical, spiritual pains, but this is what I feel in my books to inspire you all here with this kind of thing, is about this one day at a time, which I think will be 5 reasons, great reasons to actually reconsider when you do take one day at a time, even though we know that time is against us right now and that we feel that we have to do everything in our willpower just to, you know, do everything all at once, when some things ends up in stages and phases of certain things. But we know that it's up to us and it ends with us. But on for the do, here are the top 5 great reasons to live one day at a time while you're in that recovery state or in about to want to stay clean and sober. Number 1, one day is manageable. Having to face the stress and pain of a problem for just one day is more than enough, or much easier, shall we say, for us to handle than just the thought of having to face it forever. Number 2, we know that we can't change the past, so this one's all about changing the past. There can be a host of problems if we're holding back or holding on to the past sort of thing. I'm trying to now learn to let go of certain things, and basically, despite it all, I know in my trials right now I'm facing certain similar things again, but then again I will have to reconsider, like anyone else, about the problem. So this part here, when it comes down to this, you can't change the past, but you can also just make sure you can actually go about reflecting what you can do for your future and do better in your present as well, to create a better future for yourselves regardless. But obviously when it comes down to holding the past, also for people using and abusing, it can basically, for the ones that is also recovering, it can, despite of course a host of problems, many of them may be, I don't know, fear of change, fear of letting go, fear of rejection, fear of failure. There are all these words of fear. Fear is obviously a standing point of certain things that gets in the way of our ability to succeed in life, even though we need to conquer on and actually challenge ourselves with these experiences that we go through, or the circumstances, shall we say. Basically, no matter what, we need to stay strong in ourselves, you know. Try not to be too hard on ourselves when things do go wrong. Many people do go the wrong way about it, but that's their, you know, choice, as I said. Okay, number 3, you don't know what the future may hold, so therefore we can always plan for the future, but then again, sometimes, as I know, or shall we say majority of the time for us with the there are uncertainties in the future. We need to just take a step of faith every day as a challenge, you know, of what's going on around us. We don't know, or shall we say, who knows what would hold, basically, what could happen. Will bring out the insecurities and fears about, you know, as I said before, the fears of change, fear of the unknown, fear of failure, rejection, and that. But that's all normal. It's a part of a healing process. Sometimes with some parts of, I said it as a number 2 of changing the past. But then again, we need to realise that we need to get our thoughts and feelings and emotions out of the way so that we can actually focus what is more important in our life, be it staying sober, be it we want to succeed in life of certain things, or whatever it may be for that reason alone. Number 4, the grace to face your problems one day at a time. This is like quite a thing, like day by day. Obviously we know there'll be many painful feelings, challenges, and problems to face, and day to day the principles of your recovery are applied. However, the grace to overcome these feelings, to face those challenges and conquer these problems will be given. Taking on the problems that aren't here yet, or the ones that are gone with yesterday, amounts to trying to cope with them in today's grace. Today's grace is just enough for today, however. Number 5, the present moment is the safest place to live. In the present moment is the power of change. As I said, all about our choice. The willpower to change. The willpower to change our thoughts. The willpower to change our behaviour. The willpower to change our attitudes, thoughts, you name it, it's there. The promise, the power of the good, the promise of hope. In the present moment is where life lives. It happens in the present, in the now. Remembering those, when maintaining your recovery right here in this day, you steer clear of creating problems for your own future, because we are the creators of our story. We are the creators of our journey. We are the creators of our, you know, story, journey, legacy, what have you. We need to create something for people to remember us by. You only have today, however. Learning how to stay in the now can take practice for most of us, me included. Even with practice, there will always be times when you will have to stretch to get to the place in the here and now. The mind is always full of endless thoughts and emanations that's going on in our thought patterns, even though we know that the mind can be the battlefield of and be our prisoner of certain things that holds us back. Of countless what ifs and if onlys and all the, you know, buts, this, or some sort of reason or excuse to just keep us holding in our own mindsets of all those negative thoughts and feelings that we may feel. Here are some simple tips for staying in the today. However, this should hopefully give you a bit of an encounter. Number 1, make a conscious decision to live in the now. Number 2, redirect your focus to now when you find you're off track. Each time you realise that you're often thoughts of the past or the future, being in the present will bring you back into that focus. Number 3, if past regrets plague you, live a life of integrity and kindness today. That is the truest way to start towards making up for your past mistakes. Excuse me. Number 4, if future fears lurk in your mind, work on living on a responsible life of integrity and kindness to others and to yourself, and know that in doing so, your fears will have a little chance of coming to pass, pretty much, when you're focusing on basically the positives and whatnot. Last but not least, faith can help you live in the day through developing a relationship with a higher power. If you have that kind of faith, hope system in yourselves, and working on spiritual principles, you can find strength in surrounding to living life one day at a time. You don't have to be a Christian to do this. If you have certain other belief systems in you, be it Hinduism, Buddhism, what have you, you could put that into practice and actually go about it in that way. Anyway, the toughest times call for the fierce determination, making a decision to stick to living in the solution and staying clean and sober, rather than seeking the false comfort of using drugs or alcohol, however, to get the immediate gratification of escape. As we know that certain people use drugs and alcohol as an escape mechanism, or just to drown out what they've been hurting, you know, be it they lost a job, a girlfriend, family friend member through maybe a death, you know, and all these other situations that we face every day. is a requirement to achieving the long-term satisfaction of a full, happy, drug-free life. Here are 3 ways to cope as you go through your feelings, however, and emotions. 1. Choose your new solutions. Choosing recovery means choosing new solutions that will bring you long-term satisfaction. It means choosing solutions that are best for your genuine well-being rather than those that are self-destruction, that you self-destruct in your negative thoughts and negative actions, behaviours and whatnot towards others. Number 2, take action as you wait out the pain or problem. Life is challenging as we know it. It doesn't always come in a neat little package that we expect. It's going to be easy and it's going to smell of roses or what have you, with that instant solution that will prop up for us. More times than not, overcoming challenges takes waiting things out, doing some footwork and taking the necessary act into creating the change ourselves, again by choice and willpower to break the habit or addiction. Number 3, face your fears. Sometimes getting through to the other side of the problem, challenges and headaches takes a no matter what situation kind of drive. Oftentimes it takes true courage for someone to have courage. It doesn't mean they don't have fear. It means they walk through their fears, seeking the solutions rather than hiding or running away from the problem, as we know that many people tend to run away or hide from the problem, whatever it may be, and then they just tend to think either A, they just keep carrying on through their day, whatever they may be doing, be it drinking, doing drugs or the like, and then that problem that they were facing, which it will just be a bigger mess, and they thought that maybe they didn't want to choose to do something about it. Anyway, facing these fears, however, remaining determination and confidence will not be easy, however, just to address to you, but you will gain the confidence and strength of character to keep moving forward on the road of recovery. Here are some ways to survive your feelings and problems. Choosing recovery, then self-destructive instant solution of using to escape. So number 1 is use your support group. Talk to someone who you can trust. Talk to someone that you may be talking to every day, basically, whatever it may be. Talk about what you're going through, how you're feeling through that process, and that they'll hopefully give you a listening ear, maybe, and also maybe some tips and advice and encouragement, hopefully. Another one is, number 2, is journal in your thoughts and feelings, as well as the challenges that you're facing throughout your day, because as we know, sometimes journal writing can also be a good tool when it comes down to looking back at it, maybe say a year's time, or regardless what it may be. Always listen and explore the possible solutions. So when you're journaling things down, you can do the do's and don'ts, or the pros and cons, as they say, and then weigh it up, what is best for you. When tempted to go for the instant gratification of using or abusing, ask yourself, what will be the end result be? There are consequences to every action that we follow, however. When you are faced with challenges, however, be flexible and keep an open mind when looking at possible solutions. Remember, pain can motivate you towards the positive change, however. Ask yourself, what needs to be changed? Last but not least, practice courage in the day, even though you're scared. Choose to do what is best and suits you. Because obviously, at the end of the day, not many people, like I said, will be on your journey, even if it means that with the choices you make may affect your future or what have you. Regardless what it may be, many people may not agree with it, but then again, who are we to judge at the end of it? So this basically ends part 22, basically giving a like for the support and also just a like for showing that you're engaging with me. Feel free to comment below, basically, if you feel to write some positive quotes or whatever for people to create a support network here, basically. Also feel free to private message me on AspieAnswersAll, follow me on there, as well as basically Twitter if you need be. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. As I said, hopefully I'll be engaging with you all a bit more, so hopefully we can be back on track with my schedule. So I humbly apologise for the ones that maybe wanted more out of me with certain things. So in all further ado, whatever you're doing, stay safe, keep cool, what have you, even though we know in here in New Zealand we're in summer. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting, and I'll see you all soon.